I'm really excited that I've hit 1,000 subscribers within a year after starting this channel. That's incredible. I hoped for it, but didn't really expect it. So I thought this would be a good time to properly introduce myself and tell you about my future plans, goals and dreams for this channel, and what's in it for you. I feel humbled and want to thank you all so much for watching and liking my videos and subscribing to my channel. And I've got a little giveaway for you later in the video. Let's talk about it. First, let me tell you a little bit about me. I am Sebastian and I am a videographer from the Netherlands. I used to be a professional sailor and worked in the boating or yachting world for many years, until I got into a situation where I had the chance to do something different. I decided that that was going to be a career as a videographer. Most of my life I enjoyed making videos as a hobby, so that is what I felt like I needed to be doing. I shoot all different kinds of things. I really enjoy filming wildlife, but I also do weddings, corporate things, and I'm working on an idea for a documentary. For me as a videographer, there's two things that spark my creativity. One is nature, wildlife and the obvious connection with the environment and our changing climate. Growing up, my dad worked in the field, protecting and maintaining nature reserves here in the Netherlands. And later in my career as a professional sailor, I was always on or around the water. And there are stories out there that I would like to tell. So nature plays a big role in my life. And the other thing is people. People with an interesting story that I want to tell. I've been practicing interviewing and I discovered that people really seem to open up to me, and that really inspires me to tell their stories in a visual way. I want to make documentaries. Whilst building this career, I'm learning a lot, and I want to take you with me on that journey. Whether you're a hobbyist or do it professionally, we can all learn from each other here on YouTube. I have to admit that I really like new gear, but only if it's useful to me. For me, it's more important to know how to use the filmmaking tools I have than it is to have the best possible tool. That's why I am trying to give you tips and tutorials so you can learn to get the most out of your camera. And that brings me to why I started this channel. I started this channel because I wanted to share my passion for video and cameras. I wanted to share what I've learned about filmmaking and cameras over the years, and what I am still learning, so you can better understand your camera and learn all about the aspects involved in filming and making videos. It's also a great way for me to learn new things as well. For example, making YouTube videos is very different from any other kind of videos, with the obvious difference that I am in front of the camera instead of behind it. I learned a lot since I started, and I am still learning with every video I make. I'm also more and more getting an idea of what you want to see and what I want to make. I started this channel with my Lumix G9, which is a camera I'm probably going to be keeping for years to come and will keep making videos about. I also have a Lumix GH6 that's filming me right now, and I regularly have access to a GH5. I'm never going to rule out a full frame or any other sensor size or platform, but for now, Micro Four Thirds and Lumix cameras are giving me absolutely everything I need, and I absolutely love it. So the G9 and GH6 and the Micro Four Thirds platform in general will definitely be a big part of this channel. I'll also be keeping on top of firmware updates and let you know what the firmware is about. So let me tell you about my plans and goals for this channel. I want to review and test gear for you and give you my honest opinion on it. One thing I often have when I watch reviews or tutorials here on YouTube is that I'm not actually getting the information I was initially watching it for. So I decided to talk about those things in my videos. Also, I'll try to give you real-world examples whenever possible. So far, I've been really enjoying your comments and questions, so do keep them coming, especially when I miss things that you were looking for. We've been going for almost a year now, and I really want to keep doing this and make tutorials about all things video and audio related and sharing what I've learned. I really enjoy this channel and the community that is starting to grow around this channel and with other channels as well. Because the channel has grown so quickly and because I am enjoying it so much, I've actually been thinking it's not unrealistic to think that I could start earning a living with this channel. Or at least partially. I'm not earning anything at the moment because my channel isn't monetized yet. I still have about 1,000 watch hours to go to hit the 4,000 hour requirement. But it is coming, and if I can earn a living by doing this, I can make even better videos for you. It would be great to have a budget to buy gear to review or to have products sent to me for review. And I would love to, at some point, be able to do giveaways on the channel. Because aren't we all on a tight budget when it comes to camera gear? And YouTube really is all about sharing, isn't it? I mean, that's why I make these videos. We share our knowledge and experiences. So, the G9 can be overwhelmingly customizable with all of its functionality. There are so many things you can set, especially when you have never had a camera like this before. As I mentioned before, I don't have any budget yet for big gear giveaways, but I really wanted to give you guys something as an appreciation for watching my videos. So what I came up with is to give you my settings for the G9. These should be a great starting point. I will also make my settings for the GH6 available later, but I'm not yet at the point that I have everything set up the way I want. So I've made 4 versions of settings for the G9. These include my custom button setup for things like focus peaking and waveform, and all my custom modes from C1 to C5 for filming in different situations and frame rates. Now, of course, it may not be perfect for your particular needs, but at least it's not a blank slate. It can help you to discover what your setup needs to be. 2 versions are made for NTSC or 60 Hz for those of you in the US, and the other 2 are for PAL or 50 Hz regions. For each of these is a version for handheld and a version to be used with an Atomos Ninja V or 5 Plus. The main difference between them is that the handheld version only has v-logl set up in 24 or 25p, which is set to C1. In the higher frame rates, I've set the profile to natural because the G9 can't do 50 or 60p in 10-bit, which you really need for v-logl. The version for use with the Ninja V or 5 Plus has all the custom modes set up in v-logl and has the HDMI output set to 10-bit 422. The rest is for you to discover, and you can of course change anything you want and make your own version out of it. And if, after installing, you have any questions or feedback, do let me know in the comments. So I've set up a Ko-fi page where you can find the downloads. There's a link in the description. If you follow the link in the description, you'll end up in the shop on my Ko-fi page. Here you can download the settings file you want or need. They are completely for free and you can just fill in $0. But if you want, you can support me by filling in whatever you would like to give. Make sure to check which version you want and need, or just download them all. But before you stop this video, download the files and put them on your G9, let me give you some advice. Make sure to save your own settings to an SD card before you do anything else. That way you can always go back to the way you had it before. This will also create the folder on the SD card that you need to put the settings file in. I have a more in-depth video about saving your custom modes, there's a link in the description, but I'll quickly go over how to get the settings onto your G9. The file will be a .dat file, which you can put straight into this folder on your SD card. Once you've done this and you've put the card back in the G9, go into the menu to the spanner icon and then scroll down to Save Restore Camera Setting. Here you can save but also load my settings that you've just put on the card by going to load and then pick the settings file, and it will load that set of settings and you're done. If you want to go back to the way you had it before, you can just load that one that you've saved before to the SD card and you're good to go. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and let me know if my settings are useful to you. I hope you liked this video and the little giveaway. If so, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel and maybe hit that notification bell. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.